This is the stunning Grade 1 listed country house of Heveningham Hall, built in the 18th century and set in the beautiful countryside of North East Suffolk. Every year the house hosts the Heveningham Hall Country Fair, for a 2-day event that is packed with attractions including horse displays, arts and crafts, local farm produce, a monster truck show and car hill climb, an air show, plus a stunning concours d'excellence of fabulous classic motor cars, and it's all for charity. They also allow you to fly your private aircraft in and create a short grass runway within the grounds of the house just for you, which is available for the 2-day duration of the show only, after which it's returned back to parkland. So getting this unique strip in the logbook is a privilege and a must. The show takes place at a weekend at a similar time each year, around the beginning of July, so the weather should be pretty good. However, this summer has been very unseasonable for the south of the UK, with low pressure systems bringing changeable weather almost every other day, making VFR flying pretty challenging. The weekend of the show saw the Saturday having nice weather, but I couldn't fly that day, so I planned for the Sunday, which was forecast to have showers and some isolated thunderstorms. Not great, but it did look flyable. I did fly into the show last year for the first time, and it was great weather and a really enjoyable day, so I was looking forward to going back again this year. Last year I visited in my sport cruiser Charlie Zulu, but she's in for maintenance, so Vince has kindly let me use his aircraft Goopy, which is based at North Weald, around 15 miles to the north of London. I planned the day before, routing east from North Weald, then turning north east on a direct routing to Heveningham Hall, a distance of just 75 nautical miles and a flight time of around 40 minutes. As Heveningham Hall only has a usable runway 2 days a year, it's not listed on any charts, and I rely on the coordinates and the briefing sheet I received when registering to visit, and enter it as a user airfield into my flight app of choice, which is Skydemon. The temporary runway is marked in the briefing sheet as a parkland landing site with a surface of mown grass, orientated 0321 at 530 metres or 1730 feet. It warns of trees on both ends and a suggestion to use an offset approach if required. On the drive into the airfield, the weather looked fine and the sky was pretty clear. Goopy has been pulled out of the hangar and is ready for me when I arrive. The fuel bowser is out of commission, so I pour in 40 litres of fuel the manual way. Okay, we're using runway 20 at North Weald today as I taxi out to the hold. I've accidentally changed the cockpit view on my GoPro to a super wide view, which is making my chin look really long, and it also makes the taxi speeds look faster than they are, so sorry about that.
Welcome aboard. So today we're off to Heveningham Hall. It's a really special one today. So it's actually like it's a fly-in. It's a fly-in, but it's at a stately home, and they only cut the runway for visitors for 2 days every year. I went last year. It was really good, fantastic weather. Not so good weather this morning or today. We're into afternoon now. Even though we're midsummer, we've had a front come through and it's a little bit yucky, but it is clearing. Really warm. So yeah, I'll give you a bit more info about it on the way. But we're at North Weald today, not Andrewsfield, because we're in Goopy. Goopy's still based at North Weald, and yeah, unfortunately Charlie Zulu is grounded at the moment with a defect. So yep, we're in the lovely Goopy, just come out of maintenance, so it's all nice and fresh, ready to go flying. But as I say, I'll keep up with you, or update you as we progress towards Heveningham Hall. No wind at all by the looks of it.
I don't normally include my pre-flight checks in my videos, as they tend to slow the video down, but I'll leave them in for this one for anyone interested. Otherwise, you can just skip ahead.
So we don't need to park into wind, but one thing I will do is just park slightly offset to the taxiway, just in case someone's behind me. I don't want to blast them.
Downwind for 20 right.
Plus, if something happened, brakes failed, we just go in that hedge. The brakes are on. Select right tank. Everything's pretty much within minimums, so we can go up for the test, 4,000. Brakes are holding. Left, there's a drop, back to both. Right, there's a drop, back to both. RB, there's the drop, back to both. Oh, back in. And all's good, all is in the green. And we'll just check the idle. Perfect. As I say, she's just come out of maintenance, so it should be alright. The canopy is locked and secure. EFIS, we've got the main screens on. Altimeters are both set. Trims are set for takeoff. Flight controls are full and free. That's verified. Flaps are set for takeoff. Fuel selectors on the fullest tank. Fuel pumps on.
Alpha 2 ready and turn.
Keys on both. Fuel pumps on. We'll turn strobes control on, and we'll turn the landing light on as we line up. Got one ahead of us there, by the looks of it. Golf Papa Yankee is Alpha 2 ready in turn.
Papa Yankee, Roger. I got one just about to turn far.
Visual, Golf Papa Yankee.
Yep, Golf Alpha November, final 20. Alpha November, Roger, 2407 knots. Hotel India, 1 departing, 2405 knots.
As I clear to the east of Northfield, I set a heading towards the city of Chelmsford, where I will turn north-northeasterly, direct towards Heveningham.
So it might be a good time to have a catch up with things as we're sort of in the cruise now. So yeah, as I say, you know, not having your aircraft, not having access to it is something I'm not really that used to. Always seem to have that access at pretty much any time, and when you haven't got it, it does become a little bit depressing. But luckily, as I say, Vince lets me use his sport cruiser, which is fantastic and super generous of him.
Hello, Dubai, 9 descending at level 90 with hotel.
And it is a lovely, lovely aircraft. It's immaculate.
Hello there, continue on the heading and descend to altitude 6,000 feet, QNH is 1020.
On the heading to 6,000 feet, 1020 to banana.
So there's Earl's Cone below us, so just have a quick look out. It's a little bit of rain. Very tiny, it's just off of that lot over there.
Being airborne and with excellent visibility, I now get a look at the showers, and there's a massive cell running up the east coast, but it doesn't look like it will affect me. However, I'm getting some light rain from it, but luckily the air is still super smooth.
So I hope you like these little trips. I'm always conscious of trying to make some kind of story about these videos. I don't know why people actually watch them, you know. I don't mean that in a negative way, I just mean I don't know what people like about my videos, but I seem to get so much support from you guys, it's like unbelievable. I always want to try and show something that I learn while I'm flying, or something new, or something a bit different, rather than just going, I flew from here and I landed here. So sometimes...
Golf Oscar Papa Uniform Golf is downwind right hand, runway 21.
So sometimes not quite sure what to post as a video, and I've always been conscious that I don't want to post anything just for the sake of it. I mean, if you're going to give me your hard-earned time to watch these things, then I want it to be entertaining, because I know I want to watch it. So yeah, So let me know in the comments, perhaps, if you like this kind of thing, if you want me to do something different. I know people ask me about costs, and I'll definitely do something about that. Costs in the UK may be different to the US.
Okay, not far to go now, and looks like they're using runway 21. So as the instructions are to join the circuit via the overhead for a right traffic pattern, and I am joining from the south, I will assess the traffic situation and if possible start my join from high on a close-in crosswind, then descend to be at circuit height on the right downwind leg, then base and onto a 1 mile final for runway 21. You need to keep clear of the showground, so I'll keep my downwind leg fairly wide.
Heveningham Radio Golf Oscar Papa Yankee Sport Cruiser inbound from the south. Got 3.5 miles to run to the overhead, Heveningham.
Aircraft calling Heveningham approaching from the south side in the call sign.
Yeah, it's Golf Oscar Papa Yankee Sport Cruiser from Northfield. Just approaching the overhead, 2 miles to go.
Copy that, yeah, got your visual. Call downwind for 21 please. And it's 1014.
Call downwind for 201014 QFE.
21.
Oh, sorry, 1021 QNH. Cool. Papa Yankee.
14 QFE, runway 21.
14 QFE, runway 21. We'll call downwind. Cool. Papa Yankee.
Well, that was a cock-up. That's a great lesson in unprofessional RT and a great example of why you should write things down.
There's the runway.
Golf Papa Yankee in the overhead, joining crosswind for runway 21.
I got your visual, just turning downwind.
That's it.
Sure enough, they confirm they are using runway 21 and I see it's nicely marked out. I was warned there could be non-radio traffic visiting, so it's time to get into swivel head mode.
Okay, brakes are off, undercarriage is down fixed, mixture haven't got, fuel pumps on, fuel sufficient for go around. We're hatched, we're harnessed.
Golf Puppy, Heveningham Radio, Golf Puppy Yankee, final 2-1.
As I turn and establish on final, the runway is intermittently hidden by the trees on the approach. The showground looks busy and there's a massive crane giving bungee jumps just off a final approach.
Speed's good, runway's clear.
There's some light spots of rain on short final coming from a massive rain shower cloud just a few miles ahead of me. I fly around the small trees, then kick it straight and land just as the stall warner chirps. Well, that was a cool approach.
Nicely done, with the marshals for parking please.
Lovely, thanks.
I'm marshalled in, park up and then go check out the show. I grab some lunch as it really starts to rain quite heavily and I've got no coat. However, we're used to this in the UK and the show must go on. Even with the poor weather, we get treated to a Spitfire air display. It takes about 2 hours for the rain to clear, and when it does, I jump back in the aircraft and line back up on runway 21, the same runway I landed on.
Revs are okay. T's and P's are okay, SP's alive.
The runway is quite bumpy and it feels surprisingly short with the trees at the end, but finally get into the air about 2/3 of the way down it.
Always feels like a really short runway that.
Once in the air, I set course for home, and although it looks as though the showers have all dissipated, the sky is still very moody for a summer's afternoon. There's some low level cloud along my route, but it's really no big deal, and by the time I turn final for Northfield's runway 20, the sun has finally decided to turn up. Thank you so much for watching, and Shortfield out.